Wes Royce for WCLUradio.com. I'm joined with Kent Bull and Aaron Flener, Glasgow, Kentucky High School, class of 2001 and 2006, and they have just finished their first round of practice round at Oakmont in Pennsylvania, getting ready for the U.S. Open. Aaron, Kent, thanks for taking time out of your busy day.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, so I wanted to give you guys a couple questions to answer, and this is just for the viewers here in Glasgow, Kentucky. So, first up, after the practice round today, how ridiculously difficult was it in the course setup? I know in 2007, 5 over won it. So, what do you think about it this time?
Yeah, well, we saw two completely different golf courses yesterday and then today. Was able to get out on the front nine yesterday and the back nine today. And they did this thing where they like to try to push the golf course to the edge on the Sunday before and try to mimic and see where they have the golf course and how they stand for the week and
Right.
how hard they can push. And so we had about 20 miles an hour wind yesterday, and the golf course set up how they had it. And I think they'll pull it back a little bit, which they did today, because they kind of stretched it to the limit. So the nine that we saw today was softer, and it was a little more manageable. I mean, it's still ridiculously hard, as you using your words there. That's a good way to put it, but it was definitely more manageable today than yesterday.
So, how does that change your approach? Are you trying to avoid the bogey, or are you still going out trying to make birdies?
Well, that's a good question. We haven't really figured out the game plan yet. I mean, you're going to make bogeys. The whole thing this week is to try to stay away from doubles. That's where you get in trouble. You can make a couple birdies out here, but you're also going to make some bogeys, with Allen Hill winning at 5 over. So, the goal is just to get a game plan together where you're trying to get it. Basically, we're going to try to hit as many greens as possible and try to putt it. And, if you're putting, surely, you're not going to make too many doubles. You're going to make a bunch of bars, some birdies, and some bogeys. So,
and that sounds like, hit as many greens as possible sounds obvious, but
Right.
I mean, there's golf courses where if you have 120 yards, you're going right at the flag and you're going to try to land it right on it and just stick it right there. But here, there's so much slope in the green. You really got to play to spots instead of playing at the pin, and you got to try to work the ball to the hole and get it in a good spot, underneath the hole. Like 30 feet underneath the hole is better in most cases out here than 10 feet above the hole. So you just got to, we've been studying the course and looking at where we want to hit it to certain pin locations to have a good putt.
So, you are an automatic qualifier. Of course, you've got some folks who are exempt from this tournament. About 10,000 people tried to get into this. What's it feel like to be one of the 10,000?
It's pretty cool. There was a lot of people. Luckily, I was exempt from the local qualifier and was able just to roll into that 36-holer and go through one stage and get in. But there's a lot of people that try to play this thing. There's a lot of people that want to play the U.S. Open. I was one of those people. Just dreamed about it as a kid from running around Glasgow Country Club with Jamie Frazier and all those guys that were Aaron's age. You, Wes. I mean, like all the guys. We dreamed of playing the U.S. Open, and to be able, it really didn't hit me until I had about 2 feet up the hill on the qualifier day, and then when we got out there today, there was, I don't know how many people. How many people were out there watching today? I mean,
there's a lot. I mean,
I've
been to some majors and stuff at Valhalla, and this is more people than I've seen out there on practice round day.
So does that make you more nervous?
Not really. It actually focuses you a little bit more. I mean, I played 9 holes with one of my good buddies, Pat Kazire, and then his buddy, Jason Duffner. So I got to see up close, a little bit on his game and how he manages around. So, the only time I was nervous is when I hit one over in the left grandstand on 17 off the tee, trying to knock it on the green. So that was, I didn't kill anybody, so that was, that was good.
All right. Well, I want to ask you a question, Aaron. As a caddy, of course, Kent's talking about his nerves and how he sort of focuses in. Are you more nervous for this tournament than you have been the other tournaments that you've been with Kent?
I mean, there's just more to this golf course than most of the golf courses we play. So, there's a lot more things to think about, and honestly, there's not a whole lot of time to be nervous when you're thinking about all those different things. I mean, I step on every tee and I'm thinking about where we're trying to come in from, and I don't have time to look around and really even think about where we are. But I'll be nervous on Thursday just because Kent's one of my best friends, and I know that he wants to really play well and show what he can do, and I want to help him as much as I can, and so I try to keep it an even keel on the outside, but inside my stomach will be turning a little bit. At least Thursday, I think.
Oh yeah. Well, okay, Jordan Spieth, his caddy is a hometown guy. You guys are hometown guys. Does that help you at all as far as if he's getting too wild or he's getting too emotional? Can you keep him sort of grounded?
Yeah, I think so, and he's pretty good about that for the most part. Out here, it's going to be easy to make some bogeys and get down, and I'm just going to have to remind him, hey, you're as good as these guys. You're here. You belong here, so go out here and hit these shots you know how to hit and show what you can do. So, as far as him getting too down on himself, that doesn't ever really happen. This week, more than any other weeks, I'll have to pick him up a little bit here and there probably because you can hit good shots out here that don't end up very good.
Right. Well, got a question for you here, sort of a strategic question. The par 3, number 8, 270-yard par 3. I know that's about the distance of number 3 out here at Glasgow Country Club. But what club do you hit on a par 3 that's 270 yards long?
So yesterday it was straight downwind. I hit hybrid over the green. And then then I hit a 4-iron after that was just short. So we'd probably somewhere between that, just depending. There's a cross bunker that crosses like 39, I think, short of the green. So the play is just take that cross bunker out of play, add 10 to it, and hit something that flies short. And, that's one of the most benign greens that's out here. It's pretty flat. So the goal is just to get it somewhere around there with probably a 2-iron, roll it up on the front of the green, and then putt to the whole location, wherever it is.
Right. So that's actually one of the easier holes.
You know what?
The green is easier.
Right.
The distance to an amateur, that distance would be really difficult, but to these guys, it's not.
Right.
That's not that big of an issue when you can, the hole says it plays 288 or whatever, but that's not effectively how far it plays. It plays downhill a little bit, and, like he said, you just land it over that bunker and try to chase it onto the front or the middle of the green with a 2 or 3 iron, 4-iron, something like that.
Comparatively, the number 3 hole or number 2 hole is like 340 yards, par 4, and I would say that it is a shot and a half harder than the 288-yard par 3, just because of the green complex.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, it's going to be cool to watch you guys, and as far as TV coverage, we know about that. How can folks keep track of you?
I think Aaron does a better job with social media than me. You can follow me on Twitter. I'm just at Kent Bull, KentBulle.
Right.
And on Facebook, Aaron puts together this Kent Bull professional athlete page that he tries to keep up pretty good. It actually started as a little bit of a joke, just as a fun and just a little funny quip that he could write.
Great profile picture on there too.
Yeah, it's incredible, right?
Yeah.
We try to keep it light on there. That's how it started, and that's how we plan to keep it the rest of the time. So that'd be a good thing to follow as well. He's probably better with the social media side of things.
I update that from time to time, and I'm on Twitter at a Flener KSR. And for my time of writing for Kentucky Sports Radio, I haven't changed it. But
right.
So I'm on there, giving some updates, putting some pictures out here and there, and then Kent's mom's actually taking a bunch of pictures this week, so we'll try to get those on Facebook and maybe send you a couple. You can put them up on the website if you want or something like that.
That's awesome. Well, one last question, okay?
Yeah.
What's the most money you've ever won at a tournament versus what do you make for just making the cut at the U.S. Open?
The most money I've ever won in a tournament was when I won last year at the Argentina Open. It was $31,500. And this week, just for making the cut, you get the USGA pays you. They pay you $4,000 for not making the cut. So I think last place is probably maybe $10,000 or $12,000. I would think.
Well, that's not a bad
Yeah, but
few
they're
days of
paying
golf.
$1.7 million to first, so that's what we're going after.
Well, that's going to be awesome if you do. And you're going to have a big community supporting you. So try to block that out, but also remember it.
Yeah,
So
we appreciate that too. We've had a lot of people from Glasgow reach out, so we got a lot of support from there, and sure do appreciate people still keeping up and following, and hopefully we can make them proud.
all right. Well, thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate it, and good luck.
Thanks, Wes.
Thanks, Wes.
All right. Have a good one. This has been Wes Royce for WCLUradio.com.